What's up, y'all? It's Lawrence St. Victor from Three Brothers and a Shot of Milk. And today, man, we're talking about Jason David Frank, aka Tommy Oliver, aka the Green and White Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, the Red Zeo Ranger, the Red Turbo Ranger, and the Black Dino Ranger. Yeah. I wanted to wait to do this. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm still thinking about it, and it kind of hits, and it doesn't hit us like it hits his family, his wife, his children. So please respect them and just keep them in prayer. As fans, it hits us that he passed away, but it's hitting them for real. And I'm not going to really get into the whys and the whats or his mental health or what even happened. I don't know the whole story. None of us know the whole story. So just give them their respect, and let's just talk about the awesome memories this guy gave us. When he showed up on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, he showed up just for like 10 episodes, man. That Green Ranger arc was pretty quick because, where they get the footage from the Sentai version, the Green Ranger dies in it, and there's like no more Green Ranger footage. So he only came on for like a 10 or 13 episode arc, but when he came on, he popped off, man. And Power Rangers was already a massive, crazy hit. I don't know if you guys remember trying to hunt these toys down during Christmas time, and people were like fighting in malls trying to get a Power Ranger toy. So Power Rangers was already hitting by the time the Green Ranger episodes dropped. So when he came on, the fact that he was able to go even higher then the crazy hysteria connected to Power Rangers is just amazing. And the second you see him on screen, you know why, man. I mean, his energy, his passion. He's a sick martial artist, but not just that he's a sick martial artist. He kind of does the thing that Bruce Lee did, where you can tell they're masters in their art form, but they also know how to heighten it for Hollywood. They also know how to make it look even more cinematic and more dramatic. In a real fight, it's probably really quick. But with those kicks he was doing, those three jump spinning crescent kicks or whatever they were when we first see Tommy, and the fact that he always has like he just added so much to it, man. As a kid, I started taking martial arts again after seeing him and seeing the Power Rangers as a whole. I started taking martial arts again because he made it look so freaking cool. And the Green Ranger kind of became that Wolverine, that kind of lone wolf that's part of the group. Dude had his own theme song. He had his own freaking theme song. He was dope. And I feel like, I don't know if it's true about Saban and them thinking like the Power Rangers were just masks, were just the colors, like the actors are interchangeable. They must have thought that because they wound up doing that down the line. But Jason David Frank's performance as Tommy is what made the Green Ranger sing. Green Ranger would have been dope either way, but it was we loved Tommy, and it was because of everything he brought to it, man. So I have some really cool Green Ranger action figures and things. I don't have a massive Power Ranger collection. I got some stuff that I got when I was a kid, and then the stuff I have now as I'm older. But first, the dopest Green Ranger item in my collection is this. I wasn't able to get to a convention, and my friend got this for me. And this is how dope Jason David Frank was to his fans, man. This guy was going to conventions before conventions were cool. Now all actors go to conventions. Movies pretty much are premiering their trailers at conventions, but he was going to conventions when it was looked at, oh, don't go to conventions. Those are for has-beens. He was going, and he stays all day. He will be there from opening to closing just to make sure everyone gets a piece of what they came for. And you can see that in his Instagram and in YouTube videos. There's so much videos that fans put up of just how he was with them during conventions. And that means a lot, man, because although Power Rangers was a funny kid show, for a lot of us as kids watching it, it just meant way more than that. And his character kind of being an outsider, kind of not being in the in crowd, and then becoming the leader, the hero. I mean, that speaks volumes, you know. So, anyways, so I have this. This is pretty cool. Let me make sure the volume is up.
All right, Lawrence, this is for you. I got your guy
My
here.
boy Kenrick.
Just trying to hide. What's up, Lawrence? Yeah. I want to give you a shout out, man. Send you some Green Ranger love all the way in California. Yeah, there it is. Sorry, I missed you. Get a chance. I'll sign pictures or whatever. I just appreciate you being a fan, dude. Awesome. Yeah. There you go. You're welcome.
Thank you. Guys, when I got that video, I lost my mind. And he did. He sent me 2 pictures autographed by him as the Green Ranger. One was a picture we've seen before in like the first season, and then one in his Bat in the Sun costume. Man, I mean, that was so cool. Like, he doesn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know my friend. But he did it because he just loves Power Rangers and loved his fans. Man, and what he's done for Power Rangers, I feel like the fact that he goes to these conventions, the fact that he'll come back, and he was making cameos in other seasons. He's working with the Bat and the Sun people. We're seeing Green Ranger versus Scorpion. I mean, White Ranger versus Scorpion, Green Ranger versus Ryu. He had the Street Fighter versus Power Rangers. Then he came back with the Master Morpher. So like, what he's been doing inside and outside of Power Rangers has kept Power Rangers in such an awesome, trendy pop culture place. You know, it keeps fans like me who are older, who had it during the Mighty Morphin days. Like, what we love is still relevant. Like, they're still come on, man. Boom Studios has an awesome Power Ranger comic book, man. If you're a fan of Power Rangers, do yourself a favor. Start with issue 1. Get the Power Rangers. You'd have to look. They have different branches, but it's amazing. And in it, we meet Evil Tommy and Lord Draken. So, like, this is a relatively new figure and a relatively new comic book. So Power Rangers, specifically Mighty Morphin, is like still relevant and new and still coming out with content. Like, Tommy is in content right now. And I had to get this figure. This is dope. Let's segue to the action figures. I had to get this figure. It's freaking dope. But let's start from the beginning, man. This is my first Green Ranger action figure. That flip, that back to action. His shield has seen better days. I don't know if you guys remember this back in the day. You can never keep this thing on. It cracked in half, but it was pretty dope. I loved these figures, man. It took me a while to get Power Ranger figures. As you can imagine, they were sold out everywhere. And my sister had the first ones that came out, the big one, the Pink Ranger. But I got the ones where their heads flip. I didn't care. I just wanted them. And that was my first Green Ranger action figure right there. Then I had to get the White Ranger figure from the Power Ranger movie right here. He's all chromed out, has Saba on the side. His shield has seen better days too. I guess I just play hard, man. I played with my toys. Man, this was dope. I like the chrome. I got this one and the red one. I didn't get all of them, but I thought this was pretty great. The only White Ranger I had, so when I played, he became the White Ranger with the head flipped Rangers. And then I made my way to Figuarts, man. As of course, much more expensive. Especially, I got these after market, after retail, because I wasn't collecting like that when these dropped, and I found out about them a couple years later. So I was on eBay. So I got this bad boy right here, and this is sick, man. This is sick. This is straight up out of the Japanese version. It's just a great action figure. And then, I had to go and get the White Ranger, and these Figuarts are amazing. Hasbro's doing a great job as well, but nothing beats the Figuarts. I mean, come on. And then when I found out about Jason's passing, I just felt like I had to get this. I just had to get something that reminded me of my childhood in the Green Ranger. And I had to get me one of these bad boys. Y'all know what that sound is. This dude was a beast. He played his dagger that had a built-in flute that sounded like a trumpet through the faceplate of his mask and controlled a Dragon Zord. This is a freaking beast. It don't get better than that. And this is dope, man. This is such a cool, Hasbro killed it with this. You don't have to do all the hand stuff. I just do it because it's fun. But I got that just to kind of sit with my Red Ranger helmet and I have a Morpher up there. Don't have the Green Ranger Morpher, and I've been looking at those. Those things are like too much money. But anyways, like I said, man, definitely was a blow hearing about his passing, just because he just brought so much joy to so many people, so much joy to me, especially, when I was a kid, and just had so many fond memories of me and my cousin Chris just playing Power Rangers. And then this is the way he treated his fans and always came back. He wasn't one of those guys that tried to get away from what made him famous. He never looked at Power Rangers in a negative way. He embraced it. And I think that's kind of the reason why it's still going on so strong. A lot has to do with him and him keeping the brand not just for kids. Like, he allowed us older people who grew up with it, he allowed us to still be able to tap into it through him. And that's when you have Boom Studios and comics that are focused on Mighty Morphin, not the newest season that's out. They're focused on Mighty Morphin, which is very interesting. You think that if a comic book line came out, they'd focus on the most relevant and most new version of Power Rangers. But no, because of fans and Jason David Frank keeping that Mighty Morphin era just still popping and still relevant, we still have it. I can keep going on about this. I don't want to ramble too long, but it's very sad. But just remember just the dope content this man gave us, from Mighty Morphin to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, to Power Rangers Zeo, to Power Rangers Turbo. Came back and did Power Rangers Dino Thunder. And then, of course, those special anniversary seasons where he came back, Forever Red. And then the last one that he did, I forgot the name of the season, but when he came back with that Master Morphin, was able to change up his powers. Oh, that was so sick. And we can't forget his Bat in the Sun work, the Scorpion versus White Ranger, and the Green Ranger versus Ryu, and Street Fighter versus Power Rangers. And of course, we're going to get the legend of the White Dragon, the kind of more mature version of Power Rangers that him and the Bat in the Sun guys put on. And then I guess that'll be his last piece of work. So, man, for you Green Ranger, Jason David Frank fans, I stand with you guys and stand with you as we salute this man's awesome work. And this guy just kind of, being a bright spot in our childhoods. It's morphin' time.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Three Brothers and a Shot of Milk.